when I feel the heat.
All right, I came back and I painted everything. And when you put paint on, especially a semi-gloss, kind of gives it, you better see any type of imperfections. No imperfections except, try to show you, but look at that. Good wood over there. Look at that. So there was water intrusion up there. I can't really see a discoloration in the wood there. But it doesn't, you can see it doesn't quite all the way go up to it. But this one it does. But look at that discoloration in the wood. So I'm gonna rip those two little panels out. This one is separate. This one is a solid piece of wood. It's good to go. But I'm gonna rip these out and replace them. Get up in there and see what the water intrusion issue could have been. Pretty sure it's from this grill here. No, actually I see it's closed off with a piece of wood. So I'm gonna check that out, see what the problem is, and go from there. It might be that air conditioner tube leaked, that drain tube leaked. So we'll see what's going on. Okay, so the van rear cabinets are removed. I am gonna rebuild them. Did break that, but that's okay. I can fix that, not a problem. All right, at the house, and had a couple things around here to go ahead and cut these new boards. I had this plywood. Looks a little dirty, but it's okay. It's just been sitting outside, just dusty. Some dirt. I'll sand it anyway. Sand it and paint it. That's my new cabinet bottoms. So, once again, trying to find things I already have that are quality. That particle board crap that was in there, that's for the birds. All right, so I've redone them, repainted them. And I've started to prime these pieces here. And the reason I'm having to use that particular primer, which is the Extreme Bond, is because this is that laminate stuff and paint doesn't stick very well to it. So if I would just put paint on it, it'd peel off. So got the primer started on it. Also started cleaning these. As you can see, look how shiny that is. So it was painted, but now it is not. All right, so one thing I'm doing is above the entrance, it's gonna go all the way up to this front, but I'm running this flexible conduit all the way behind that cabinet. I got it back here. So before I put this cabinet shelf on, I'm gonna go get something to 90 through the shelf into this. It'll be a sweeping 90. So if I ever want to fish tape anything back here, I don't have to remove any paneling, nothing. If I want to install a backup camera, whatever. Another thing I noticed whenever I was going to paint, well, I'd already painted one. I was going to paint this, but you can see that damaged ends from this press board crap. So I'm going to use some real sanded ply. I'm going to recreate these. Now I might have to, it's not just as simple as cutting them out, because these each have a weird little angle to go with the angle of the cabinet. So I'll just have to adjust my saw to that. It shouldn't be a big deal. So now, excluding the top little pieces that I just showed you that are right now are being primed, everything else is going to be brand new on the top cabinet. While I am rebuilding cabinets, I am going to go ahead and rebuild these two jump seats that I have behind the two front seats. This is going to be two actual seats that have seat belts and are legit and legal to ride people on them. So they're made of the particle board with the laminate cover. I'm actually going to recreate them with sanded plywood and paint it. So as you can see, rebuilt that box. All right, so here's the final product, painted, everything. New cabinet. Oops. Sorry, step over stuff here. All brand new wood. Everything's glued and brad nailed. See if we can see the glossy finish, or the semi-gloss. There we go. All right, and then while I had it out, I went ahead and added another coat of paint to these bad boys here. And that's the bottom panels of the upper cabinets. All right, so we're back at it. Put this bottom board up now, and I loaded it down with caulk all in that groove. Then I came back here and put these weights up here to push it down. So it's a roof sealant, so I'm gonna seal the crap out of the end of that board. So once this is all dry and ready, I'll remove these weights, and then I'll come and caulk all around the back. I got some butyl tape and a bunch of other stuff. So I'm gonna make it to where this thing will be completely protected. Okay, so I kind of just did a little mock setup, and I just placed the boards there. They're not fastened at all. But so that's this side. Now when I did this, there's kind of a little overlap there. So that's one of the reasons why I don't have it fastened. I'm gonna mark that line, and I'm gonna come in here with a little coping saw and sand down to the line and have it flush. So it'll be good to go. This side's pretty good. I'll have to kind of maneuver it. So pretty much got the kitchen area taped off. I got the top of the little bath and cabinet area taped off. I just need to do the side. I'm gonna do that side little piece tape the day I paint. So the goal right now is to go ahead and remove the microwave and possibly the range hood. It's not working right now. I want to take it off and figure out what's going on with it. All right, so it's all removed. All right, so I have painted the kitchen walls and the kitchen cabinet. Still need to do the doors at home. The frame all behind the microwave, just in case I don't put another microwave back up there. Get it all nice and painted. I didn't do behind the stove top, just got around the edges so you won't see anything. I'm not gonna do inside the cabinets, but everything's done. So, took that off and just peeled it back a little bit so I wouldn't get anything on it. Everything else was taped, worked out perfect. So the cabinets are now painted. I replaced the floors. Now this is all vinyl floor that I had left over from when I did my music room. And here is what it looks like with both seats rebuilt and reinstalled. I also have the new floors here as well. Also, you can see that I pulled the wall panels out. The fabric started separating from the foam and drooping, and it looked terrible. So that's definitely not what I'm going for. It needs to look clean and perfect. So I've actually taken the wall panels out, recut them out, and I've taken them to a professional upholstery guy. Speaking of upholstery, check out the new jump seats in a nice, fine two-tone leather. This is just a preview that was sent to me before I picked them up. And check out the end result. So all the wall panels will be recreated in this matching vinyl here, which is what I had these wrapped in. So I went, as you can see, I had the bottoms of these wrapped. I had them painted and they look good, but I think the wrap, they look way better. So when the upholsterer guy gets that back sometime the end of this week, I'm gonna go ahead and put up all the walls again, and we're gonna look like we've done a lot of work. All right, so got all the upholstery for the walls back. So all the walls are put back up now. All of the door panels are now reinstalled, which makes it look so much cleaner, so much newer. It's a nice marine vinyl, so it'll be easy to clean, easy to wipe down. All right, so I've got all of the front van upholstery in. So I got the walls, all the different little panels. I got them pulled back a little bit because I'm about to install the shelves on these two sides. So that's the next order of business, and also fixing up the front cabinet. But I just wanted to show you what I did was I took behind this, if you remember before, it was just fiberglass. I took some of this and put it up back on the back there against the fiberglass. Then I came with insulation, unfaced. Then I came with the padded marine vinyl lined covers. So all of the upholstery in the front is redone except for the seats, of course. So the jump seats and all the walls are done. This wall is complete and already up. I got to install this wall, and I got to install the two little side panels in the back panel, but we are moving along quickly. All right, so I got that shelf up, front cabinet up. I got that just to brace it so it doesn't sag, and I got this shelf up. I messed up with one nail and got it too close to here, so I'm gonna fix that when I come back and caulk everything and touch up all the little nail holes and all that. This got scraped to hell and back, which makes me not too happy with that Sherwin-Williams primer. So we'll see. I'll give it another shot, touch all that up. If I don't like that, I'll probably just wrap this wall in a vinyl. Same with this one. This one didn't scuff bad though. So I got a shelf here. Another shelf. I went ahead and took the two back bench seats in. These fold into a bed, as you could see in the beginning of the video, but looks very good. All right, here is the old school power station. So this is called a power converter. Converts AC to DC, and I'm going to go ahead and replace that with one from this century. The old charge controller, old piece of junk. Thing is about 30 pounds, and the new one's 6 pounds, so that's nice. All right, so now I've gone ahead and I have changed out the charge controller, and I've rewired it. Everything seems to be working. As you can tell, I got this plugged into there. Let's check the rooftop AC. Yep. Okay, you can see now that I've done the inside of the cabinet. And I've done the floors. I did the floors earlier. I showed you that, but what I didn't point out is that where the pump is, I'm taking the old lines out. I'm replacing all of the internal water lines. So anytime you plug into someplace, you're not going to have anything that's going through old water lines. Now, when it comes to the actual water storage tank, that's a different story, because I mean, I'm gonna have to actually just get that really disinfected and cleaned. I don't think it was really even used, so that's good, but that won't be for drinking water anyway. So I went ahead and painted the inside of this, and went ahead and did the flooring here. As you can see, here's the old toilet. Again, they didn't use it. I use it a couple times, not for using the bathroom, but just putting water in it, make sure everything worked and flushed, and it did. And as you can see, I replaced that PEX line all the way from the water pump through there under the floor. And whenever I went to try to remove this toilet flange, it looks like this was actually installed with the pipe going all the way down. There is no seam in there, so I didn't see anything. Anyway, it's not going to matter. I made the floor to go around it. What I did was I took a piece of cardboard, cut it out, and made like a mock little model of it, a little template. And then I assembled 3 boards that were scrap, laid it over, cut everything out, and marked all the lines, and it fit perfect. So this old toilet's nasty. One, they say it wasn't used, don't really trust it, and it's just nasty and old. So, brand new toilet. I just ordered this. It's the same model. I say it's the same model. It's the newer version of that model. They don't make that one anymore. The other one is 35 years old, or 30 years old, whatever it is, like 35. So, let's go ahead and install this, see what it looks like. All right, so here's what the new toilet looks like installed. The other one was very close to the wall like this, but one problem the other one didn't have is it didn't scrape against that when you open it. Now, it'll still open no problem, but that's something that I don't particularly like. It is what it is, and it's definitely not a deal breaker. It's the way this thing came before. As I explained before, is it came with an AC unit right here. Now, I've installed it, and I've been using it this summer because it feels fantastic in here. But I don't think in the summer heat down in South Louisiana and in really the hot parts of the country, it's going to cut it. Especially out in the sun, I just don't think it's going to work. Another thing that I don't like about it is you have to find a really, really small one that'll fit in that space. And that's going to leave you with a 5,000 BTU. And I found one, but the problem is now these doors this is coming out too far. So these doors won't open and close. So I'm going to have to rely on the AC that's in here before. However, check this out. So what I'm going to do is replace the rooftop unit. And this is going to revert back to a storage cabinet. Now, this van was purchased out of Niagara Falls, New York, and it was built in Canada. So they don't really have extreme heat like we have. So I'm guessing that was adequate there, but it's not going to work here. So I'm going to put in a really nice brand new Penguin 2 Dometic. It's not going to be manual. It's actually going to have a thermostat. I'm going to mount the thermostat right here in the warmest part of the van. So that way it'll freeze you out. Now, something I did forget to mention about the AC is that it does also have a heat pump. So you'll just set the thermostat no matter what the weather and you're good to go. Now, the new distribution box doesn't have controls on it. It's just a flat panel like this picture right here from my parents' Airstream. So long story short, the AC is going to run on a thermostat, not manual controls. Well, that's going to conclude this video. Stay tuned for video 4, which will come out hopefully soon. In video 4, I'm actually going to tackle the rest of the interior. That's going to be the front bucket seats, the front carpet, and the rest of everything. Ciao.